Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys a really simple way and a step-by-step guide on exactly how to win here in Season 9. And specifically, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what my plan is and exactly what I do that allows me to win so many games in a row. And this is something that I started doing as of a week ago, and I've won so many games back to back to back and just gone on some crazy win streaks doing this method. And that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a weekly V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away V-Bucks every single Friday, and if you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys need to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. I post a ton of really good content on there, so make sure you guys do subscribe. Turn on my post notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And if you guys would like to support me as a creator in the item shop, all you have to do is go over to the item shop, go into the bottom right hand corner, support a creator, and type in my code. My code is Younghumor. Type it in and you guys will have me support it as a creator. And alright guys, let's get to the video. So when I'm using this strategy every single time, I'm going to be landing outside of Pleasant Park next to the slipstream. And the reason why I land up here, and there's going to be a few reasons. It's first of all, it's very good for rotation, and that's going to be one of the main points. You do have a chest on top of it. They have a chest in the middle, and then you also have a building over here you can go to, and as well Pleasant Park, and I do believe you can go to the soccer fields and rotate there if you really wanted to. So you do have a few options, and not really a lot of people contest this area, so it's a very good place to land. And what I do in my games and in the gameplay here, I landed at this location. And just before I get into everything in this video, I do want to say I end up dropping 17 kills. So no matter what playstyle you guys have, maybe you play a little bit more passive, you play really aggressive, I ended up dropping 17 kills in this gameplay going to this location. So you can definitely drop a ton of kills, and really, be honest with you guys, I could definitely have dropped 20. I think my teammate had like 6 or 7 kills, so if I had like a few of those, I would have for sure had 20 in this gameplay. So I absolutely went off, and I came from a location like this. I didn't even go tilt the towers, I didn't even go to Mega Mall, I didn't go to any of these hot drop locations, but because of the rotation and the things that you can get off coming here, you can definitely play very aggressive and get a lot of kills quickly. Or if at the same time there is mushrooms around this location, that's also another reason why I like it, because if you don't find a lot of shield, which most of the time you do every single game I found shield, but in the case you don't find many shield, maybe you only have 50 or a little bit more, there is mushrooms around that area, around the mansion, so you can get your shield up to 75 to 200 every single time. And on top of that, there's a ton of trees, so you can max out your wood if you really wanted to play a little bit slower. And as well, there's going to be some ballers, so you can actually use that to rotate a lot faster if you wanted to use the ballers. Also, there's a cannon, and then you do have the slipstream if you rather use that. So going into Pleasant Park is usually when I pick up the first few kills, and the majority of times, well, in this game, it was definitely an exception to the rule, but most of the times, every single time that I rotate over from that area to Pleasant Park, most of the time there's going to be people already fighting, so in that case you are able to pick people off, get into a third party, which is going to allow you to get a lot of easy kills. So that alone would just be another recommendation and why I would run this method. I think it works very well because you're rotating in with max HP. You're also going to have a decent amount of materials, and as well you're going to have the drop on the other players because you're going to be using the slipstream, the ballers, or the cannon. So you're going to be able to pick where you want to land at, and you're going to have a very good advantage on the people you're going against. And after Pleasant Park, what I do pretty much most of the time that I go there is after I rotate to where the burger is, where they have the rift, and then I go a little bit to the left where the baller location is. I grab ballers, and that's what I use to get around the map very quickly. And that's exactly what I did in this gameplay that allowed me to get from all the way over there to this location in Dusty fairly quickly without any much effort, and as well I still have the baller, so after this fight I can go use it and go to another location. And one point and one tip that I can't stress enough in all of my videos is when you're fighting a team like in this instance, you always want to be cautious and also be very careful from other teams shooting at you, because being in the middle of Dusty, in the middle of the map, is definitely going to attract a lot of attention from a lot of different players, and people are going to be able to get to this location pretty easily. So you have to be very cautious of other people rotating in and trying to get a third party on you. So you have to be very careful and just make sure that you're building to your sides, and just making sure just in case you get shot from your side, you at least have some sort of plan. Maybe you have a launch pad, or maybe you can box up. You at least have some sort of plan you can use just in case you get shot from that direction unexpectedly. And even if you end up never getting shot, which the majority of times you're not going to get shot from another team, it's always good to plan ahead just in case it ever does happen. So one thing you're going to see me do in this video, and this is because I do play a little bit more of an aggressive playstyle. I do like to challenge a lot of players. course, if you guys like to play a little bit slower, you can farm up for a little bit more mats, maybe get a little bit more shield, go to a few different locations, and not play as fast. But for me, I like to play very fast and also at least have a very good start off spawn. But one thing you're going to notice, because of my aggressive playstyle, I'm constantly around the slipstreams, I'm constantly around movement. So that's why I did land at the landing location, and then I move over to Pleasant Park, and then I pick up the ballers, and then I use the ballers to get to the middle of the map where there's a bunch of slipstreams like where I'm at right now. In this game, I did end up having a rift, but it really wouldn't have made a huge difference because I would have just used a slipstream anyway and then rotated to the next team. So it's constantly moving, and I'm constantly, going really fast across the map, going from team to team, and that's going to be the key for me when it comes to going for these high kill games, while also at the exact same time not playing super aggressive off spawn, going tilt the towers or going to these locations, because even if you do go to these locations and have a decent amount of kills off spawn, it might slow you down because most of the time you're not going to have any mats at all, so it's going to take you a little bit more time to farm up the materials, and as well having enough shield and HP like that can also be pretty difficult, so it can slow you down in that sense. So having a little bit slower of a start is going to allow you to get enough materials and at least get enough HP to go challenge the next team, and then just basically just have enough to go and challenge a lot of people very quickly, instead of having to slow down constantly to build up a lot more mats, going to have to look at a bunch of locations to find shield and stuff like that. So that's going to allow you to push people a lot faster and play a lot quicker, just because you're going to have a lot more materials and a lot more mats going into that fight, which is also going to allow you to basically win a lot more fights a lot easier. It's just an overall win-win, and you're just going to have a lot better time doing so. You're going to be winning more games and also being able to run into a lot more people a lot more consistently. And also another key point that allows me to win a lot more games is, even though I'm playing very aggressive, I do at times slow down my playstyle, and I think this is really, really important no matter how aggressive or passive you are. Sometimes you're going to have to change up your playstyle, even if you are a passive player. Sometimes you're going to have to play aggressive in certain situations so you don't really get screwed over by other teams, and sometimes when you're playing aggressive you need to play a little bit more passive to get off heals and different things like that, because even though from time to time it is going to cost me a few kills because I'm going to have to play a little bit slower and sometimes I'm going to get my kills stolen, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be winning a lot more games way easier because I'm not going to be constantly running around. And most of the gunfights you're going into, especially if you have low HP, are going to be 50-50 gunfights. You're going to have low HP and the other player's going to have low HP as well. And those gunfights you're really trying to avoid as much as possible, because they are going to be 50-50 gunfights. And most of the time I do go for the challenges, but a lot of times I do want to slow it down just for the reason that it's going to be a lot better in the long run in my games, because I'm going to be winning a lot more games doing so, even though, like I said, it might cost me a few kills and I might slow the game down a little bit. And something that I did at the beginning of the video, and I cut it out, I sped it up a little bit. And so what I did is, at the beginning of the video when I had 1 HP when I was fighting the other player, so what I did instead of just going for the challenge is, because the player was right outside of my my wall, I waited a solid, it literally solid 30 seconds of me just sitting there with my wall out for my teammate to come over, and as soon as he was able to come over, that's when I went for my challenge. And I definitely could have really went for the challenge and played my luck, hoping that he didn't get any shots on me at all, but instead I played very smart. I played it a lot slower. I waited a good solid 30 seconds, and then that's what allowed for my teammate to come over, and then I went for the challenge, and then I did end up getting the kill from that situation, even though I did have 1 HP. And if I would have challenged the guy on 1 HP, and the guy, I think he had shield too, probably 9 times out of 10 I was going to be losing that fight. Sometimes you do have to play a little bit slower and a little bit more patient, and it's going to work out for the better. And playing a little bit slower, playing a little bit more patient is probably going to be one of the best ways you can win a lot more games a lot consistently, even if you are playing in a more aggressive playstyle like I am now. And I feel like that's one of the things I think a lot of other people don't talk about, because when it comes down to it, it's just little things like that that make such a huge difference and allows people to go from, only winning maybe 1 out of 5 games to winning 2 out of 5 games, or maybe even 3 out of 5 games, and just allowing yourself to win a lot more games a lot easier and a lot more consistent, just doing little things like that. And of course, there's a lot of other things that I can talk about, like right here in this situation. What I did is I was building up, and I noticed there's players to my right as well, so I placed ramps to my right, so even if I were to go for a peek in front of me, I'd still have the other sides blocked out. And using ramps instead of walls to block from the other sides is also a very good way, because it reaches a little bit further and gives you kind of a little bit more of a room to reach over, because when you use ramps, it's going to allow you to peek a little bit harder from the first side. And the reason being because the ramp is going to be poking out a little bit more than a wall, so which is, like I said, going to allow you to get a little bit more of reach on the people in front of you. And for those of you guys who didn't know what I was talking about, see how on the ramp I'm on, I want to peek in front of me. So I'm going to place the 2 ramps to my side, and the 2 ramps to my side is going to allow me to peek in front of me and pretty much just block off any person who's going to shoot me from the side without them being able to do anything. If I wanted to, I can also reinforce it with walls. That's also another option I can do that's also very effective. So like I said earlier, it's really the small things like that are going to be making the huge difference. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you guys could, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications to get notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.